Hey everyone, it's Dr. Dolopo, and I just want to wish you a very, very happy 2024. I hope that this year is going to be just as good, if not better, than last year. Every day matters. And so if you made a resolution, which I'm not too fond of resolutions, just do it every day for 100 days. Just do it every day for 100 days, even if you don't want to. I'm here on a little retreat, and I was in my workout clothes all day, and I really didn't want to work out, but I did it. And there's something else that I did that, I said I didn't really want to do, but I made a promise to myself, and I've been doing it. I've been following it, but I did it. And whatever it is you said you were going to do, when you do it, it may not even make you feel better. It may just be something that you have to do, that you tell yourself you're going to do. You just got it out of the way. And you do it every day until it just becomes habit. That's what these quote-unquote resolutions are. Do it for 100 days. Don't do it for 30. Don't do it for 45. Do it for 100. Those of you who are my fertility patients, I am posting my pictures that I am finding from many, many years. This is my 25th year in practice. I'm a doctor of acupuncture and Chinese medicine. I'm finding pictures that I have somewhere in social media, that I planted somewhere in one of my, whatever link it's on or URL it's on, whether it's Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn or, other platforms, or on my computer, to show you some of the babies we've created. And there's a protocol that I stick to. I tell everyone this protocol. And that's, you'll see in some of my other videos, I've done hundreds of videos, at least 100, on fertility, men's health, women's health, and other things, specifically for hormones, that there are years where I said I don't want to specialize in fertility, and now I've embraced that I am specializing. I have been in the most challenging fertility cases and high-risk pregnancies. And why am I doing this? Well, I'm really good at it. There were just some resistances, and I figure, you know what? I simply have a very low miscarriage rate. And when people work with me, we achieve the goals. And for those of you who are not here for fertility, I want you to focus on what we talk about. Not just being pain-free, but having a life of high quality. That's what our Elements in Harmony Acupuncture and Chinese Herbs Healing Team is here for you. That's what we do. Whether it's Dr. Shore Omidi, Pam Cower, she's a licensed acupuncturist and registered nurse, Nicole Davidson, a neuromuscular sports and massage therapist, and Dr. Hui Jiadeng, she's a doctor of acupuncture and herbal medicine, and then Dr. Hope Lin is supposed to return in the spring, and then there's Melissa, and she will be joining us. She just got licensed, and I've known her for years. She's extremely compassionate, she's extremely smart, and I want to say she graduated at the top of her class, if not among the top of her class. But why do I have these people working with me? Not because they do the same style as me, but because what they bring to the table, their efficacy, and how compassionate they are. We are here to help you. They're here to work with you. I myself specialize in the most challenging fertility cases. My background is getting rid of pain. And if you go on my website, I've done newsletters on immune system, on pain, on autoimmune, migraines and on back pain, name it. I can treat a lot of it by 80 to 99, if not 100%. I break it down, but I want you to know that we have doctors here and healers who are very, very effective. It is very important to me that we stay open for you. We stayed open throughout the whole holiday season. And I explained this in my last video. If the emergency rooms are open, I want us to be open so that you have the option. So a message that I want to impart with you is whatever goals you created, whether it was throughout last year or for this new year, do it for 100 days. And even if you don't want to do it, just do it that day for 5 minutes. You can say you at least tried, and you'd be surprised If it's really not in your heart to do it, you'll get rid of it and just say, you know what, that's not part of my goals. But if it's something that you want to do, it'll make more sense to you why you have to do it. I have a whole protocol on fertility. For those who are not coming in for fertility, I give you, some lifestyle advice. Lifestyle advice that I also have to follow. I just did a video about who do you follow? Is your therapist or healer or whoever you're seeing or doctor, whoever, are they following their own protocols? Are they following what they advise you to do? And, I'm on vacation. I really didn't want to go to the gym, but guess what? I have a, state-of-the-art fitness facility. And even if you don't, you can just go outside and do some push-ups, do some squats, do some jumping jacks, run around the block, and there's your workout, 5 minutes. I had given my husband advice since we've been married for 21 years, to write. And it just got to a point where maybe, it's not for him. And guess what he's been doing for weeks now? He's carrying this pad of paper everywhere and writing and writing and writing. And I was like, wow, I wonder who you're listening to. And it's probably not me. He probably got the advice from from someone else. And I'm so proud to see that. And I said, you know what? Someone asked him, what's it like to be married to Anna? And this guy is very successful, but he was like, alluding that, I'm constantly doing things. I do like to rest a lot every day, but that I'm just keep going like an energizer bunny. And I told my husband, to be me, there's a lot to it. And I'm not saying that I'm like superwoman or anything like that, but it is work to be a mother of 3, to have a business, and to have students, and to be married for 21 years, and have had 3 children with the same dude, and to be happily married, and to have people work with me. It's work. It's work to be a doctor and who's working and having business and having kids and being on top of everything and making sure everything flows. And my hobby of doing jiu-jitsu and volunteering and assisting the classes on Wednesdays. I help with the kids, the babies and the teenagers. It's organization, but more importantly, it's the drive to help, and it's the drive to achieve things. So I told my husband, I see you writing, and that's amazing. Do it for 100 days. That's the only advice. I'm so glad that you're doing it. Every time he has an idea, I see him writing. I don't ask him what he's writing, but he's writing. If you're my fertility client, do it every day. Do what I advise you for 5 minutes. If you're coming in for any other thing, whether you're going through oncology therapy with your doctors, whether you're coming in for autoimmune issues, respiratory issues, digestive issues, cardiovascular issues, pain issues, whatever you're coming in for, whatever advice I give you, consider doing it every day. And I guarantee you the advice that I give you is stuff that I have to do myself. And so that's my little message for 2024. I hate that term, New Year's resolution. Just do it. Just do it. But if you want to use that term, then live by it. And then look at it every day and write. Writing does matter. Talking does matter. Doing this video for me does matter because it keeps me focused on my dreams too. Keeps me focused. And one thing that one of my students just told me recently is she writes down all these amazing things that happened in her past year. And I think that's amazing. And that's something that I do throughout the year, but she takes the time, she goes and she has a board meeting and she goes through the whole year. And that is fantastic. So I'll just name you some of the stuff that we accomplished this year. I have, kids that are very active. My college student so far has passed a 1.5 years of college, and she's having the time of her life in college. She also just joined the Filipino organization. She didn't do any organizations her first year in college. She just wanted to focus. She's studying business, and she had fun. And she's killing it in school. She did really well. And I have a 7th grader who is doing very well in school also. I don't ask for straight A's. I personally don't. I just say, do your best in school, and then it turns out that they get really great grades. She's killing it as a competitor in dance. She's in 2 dance teams, and she's doing a solo. It's going to be fun to watch her perform come this spring. She's doing extremely well as a jiu-jitsu practitioner. She's been training since she was 6. And so as a dancer, we've gone to quite a few places. And every year we have this week-long competition, and she was at Palm Desert. She performed so well. I coach her jiu-jitsu classes. I help coach. I'm not her coach. I help coach. I'm an assistant. And it's fun to see her. She just performed at SoFi Stadium. It was between Boise State versus UCLA, and she did a great job at halftime. So that was a great performance. I like to live day to day, so it's not like I just look at big things. I look at these small things because every day does matter. So, just watching her perform, and she had these two school presentations. She did these online presentations for me to watch, and she made these PowerPoint presentations to share with me what she's learning in school and how she can do better and what she's doing well at. And I'm impressed. Putting aside the grades, I'm impressed by what she had created. She's a great violinist. I hear her. I don't play with her, but I hear her, and she sounds really great. My son is 6, and this last class in jiu-jitsu, I told my husband, who's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, I said to him, because I assist the baby classes, and I said, this is the first time ever, and Tommy is 6. So he joined when he was 4. He started training when he was 4. My girls started training a little later, around 6 or so. So Tommy, for the first time, we asked him to do something, and he did it. Like, it really made sense to him. And it made just seem like really simple. We're like, pull guard, he pulled guard. Go in side control, he went to side control. I look at those little things in life, those little accomplishments, because it's in those little details that big things happen. So when I'm looking back at the year, I look back at, how well he did in swimming, when I get all these things. And one thing I tend to go to activities, but one thing I want people to understand is I just look at a person for who they are, and they woke up that day and they tried that day, because that's where I'm at for myself. Hey, I woke up and I'm here. Hey, I woke up and I'm doing this. It is already so hard to live sometimes. Look at what's happened in this world. Just in the last year, there are people who are not alive. There are people who are struggling. There are people who are not keeping it together. So for me to just keep it together, that's a win. You know what I mean? So don't take like, oh, my kids do these activities, so I'm proud of them. No, I'm just happy they're alive and healthy and happy. And that's where my standard is. Maybe I should have much, much higher standards, but I think just, not just surviving, but thriving is a win. It's a win. I just happen to mention these activities, like that's the cherry on top. So I want you to consider taking a page out of my student's book. Like, look at your life from 2023 and look at all the ways that you killed it. You woke up in the morning. Maybe you had to take medication, or you didn't have to take medication. Maybe you were able to go see your chiropractor or acupuncturist or massage therapist or whatever and do some self-care, get a facial or whatever. Maybe you were able to finish a schooling or enroll in a schooling. Maybe you're able to finish a book or read several books at the same time. It's just, I receive gifts for Christmas from my patients. Not all of them, but, Christmas to me, holidays is not about gifts. But I do receive gifts, and I'm grateful for the acknowledgement. And there's one gift that I received that's an acupuncturist, because Badass Healer isn't an official title or something like that. I get these gifts from some patients that show me a token of their recognition. It's a very, very strong token, and I'm so grateful for it. So I want you to take a whole inventory. Look at all those little things in your life. Look at all the, what you've done right, what you are doing right, and maybe things that you are going to continue to do right or do even better. All right, I know I didn't give any strong Chinese medical advice today. Oh, look who's here. So I just want to share thank you, and I hope you have a great 2024. Do you want to say something? All right, Elements in Harmony, Acupuncture.com.